I came here, wasn't feeling so well. I feel much better now.
Another night in the hospital, President Donald Trump saying he's feeling better, but the White House gives some conflicting reports.
He had a fever, and his blood oxygen level had dropped rapidly.
An update on the president's condition and the treatment he's getting.
And stopping the spread of the coronavirus, the expanded testing at CU Boulder, as the campus sees more than 1,000 cases.
We need to stop burying our kids and be able to support our kids.
Plus, ending youth violence, the message leaders are sending in an effort to keep the community safe.
And a warm-up to end the weekend, but smoke and haze will cover the Front Range.
So I just want to tell you that I'm starting to feel good. You don't know over the next period of a few days. I guess that's the real test.
President Donald Trump assuring the public he's feeling better after being diagnosed with the coronavirus. He spent a second night at Walter Reed Medical Center and is expected to stay there for a few days. The White House physician saying he's, quote, cautiously optimistic about the president's health, but says he's not out of the woods yet.
Giving you a live look right now outside of the hospital where Trump supporters are gathering outside. The president retweeted a video of people outside the hospital last night and thanked them for their support. The White House has not said if or when there will be an update on the president's condition today.
Now, sources tell ABC News the president is bored and just wants to leave the hospital.
Denver7's Nicole Brady joins us live this morning. And Nicole, there's been some confusion about how the president is feeling.
Yeah, a senior White House official told reporters the next 48 hours would be critical. So we're halfway into that, really, and today and tomorrow could reveal more on the severity of the virus for the president. But as you said, official information about his health has been scarce and conflicting at times. There are reports the president's vital signs were concerning when he was admitted to Walter Reed Friday. He had a fever and his blood oxygen levels had dropped rapidly. Yesterday, a doctor said the president was not currently on oxygen, although there are reports he received supplemental oxygen Friday because he was having trouble breathing. The president is being treated with the experimental antiviral drug remdesivir, which is still in clinical trials, but that drug is supposed to make it harder for the virus to replicate in the body and limit the severity of the virus. Around the country, Americans have shown concern about his health, and they're also saying they're worried about the chaos this has caused with less than a month until Election Day.
He really needs to know it can happen to anybody at any given time.
I'm very worried about the president's health, especially during this time that we need him to lead this country to a greater heights.
So concern for the president. Also, some people taking the opportunity to criticize his response to the virus, though. Again, we're waiting for more information to come out. We'll continue to bring you any updates we get throughout the morning here today. Could be a critical day for the president. Katie.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Nicole. Vice President Mike Pence says the White House Coronavirus Task Force plans to have a vaccine ready by the end of the year. He said that in a tweet yesterday and also said the task force met on Saturday. He says they're working to expand testing, provide more personal protective equipment to those who need it. But scientists say it is more likely a vaccine will be ready after the first of the year.
Let's get you caught up on the growing list of people close to the president who have tested positive. His aide, Hope Hicks, tested positive on Thursday, just hours before the president and First Lady confirmed their positive test results. Republican Utah Senator Mike Lee, Republican North Carolina Senator Tom Tillis, and Wisconsin Senator Ron Johnson became the third Republican senator to test positive. Others include former Trump advisor Kellyanne Conway, RNC Chairwoman Ronna McDaniel, Trump campaign manager Bill Stepien, and former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie.
Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden is moving forward with in-person campaigning. At an event yesterday, he reiterated the importance of wearing masks, but did not attack the president directly.
I don't want to be attacking the president and the First Lady now, and Jill and I pray for their quick.
Biden says he will get tested more frequently, and he and his wife Jill tested negative on Friday and Saturday. His campaign says they'll disclose the results of every test Biden receives. And you can count on Denver7 to stay on top of all these developments as the president recovers, both on air and on our streaming apps for Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.
7:04, the city of Aurora is changing how it tests people for the coronavirus. Today is the last day to get tested at the Aurora Sports Park. That's a free rapid testing site. It opens at Restoration Community Fellowship near 6th and Chambers tomorrow. That site will be open only on Mondays through December 7th.
CU Boulder is expanding its coronavirus testing because of a spike in coronavirus cases on campus. Students and staff can go to walk-up testing sites at the University Memorial Center and the Sustainability, Energy and Environmental Community Building. Those sites will open tomorrow. Also tomorrow, CU is moving its other testing sites to Folsom Field and to the CU Events Center. Students and staff can also get tested at the Village Center Dining and Community Commons and Williams Village North. CU has now reported more than 1,000 positive cases.
Sending a message of hope and support to people affected by gun violence. Community leaders in Denver's Westwood neighborhood will march today in response to recent spikes in violence among young people. Political, civic, and spiritual leaders met last night for a vigil to honor young lives lost to gun violence. Denver saw a 13% rise in crime this year compared to last. Organizers hope today's march and last night's service will help the community heal.
If we keep talking about the gun violence, the poverty, and everything that's being affected, then there's not so much hope in our world. But in reality, if we switch the narrative and talk about the culture and the heartbeat and what we have to offer and to celebrate, it gives a different perspective. It gives new hope, new drive, new determination.
Today's march starts at 3 and goes from Huston Lake Park to Kepner Legacy Middle School. After the march, a mural will be unveiled.
3 churches in Denver are coming together after multiple acts of vandalism. They say someone either destroyed or stole their Black Lives Matter banners, but neighbors raised money to replace them. Leaders from the 3 churches met to rehang First Universalist Black Lives Matter banner yesterday afternoon. They say nothing will stop them from sharing the message.
Firefighters say they had a productive day yesterday working to contain the MULLEN fire. It's now 11% contained, but it's burned more than 135,000 acres. The fire started in Wyoming and spread to Colorado. The Jackson County Sheriff's Office says so far no homes in that county have been destroyed. And in Larimer County, firefighters are making progress on the Cameron Peak fire, but they're worried about hotter and drier weather today. The fire is now 40% contained. 7:07, the dry conditions not helping the stop of those fires at all, Katie.
And we don't really have any big rainmakers in sight here for the next 10 days. It is going to be a very dry weather pattern all across the state. Temperatures outside right now, we're off to a very mild start in town. We're in the upper 40s. Hazy skies once again, a lot of smoke over northern Colorado as those wildfires Eric just mentioned continue to burn, and the winds will drag a lot of that smoke and haze into the Front Range once again today. Our record is 87, set back in 1997, but typically we see a high of 70 degrees this time in early October. Today, we're expecting temperatures to rise about 10 degrees above that into the low 80s. Outside right now, though, it's a cool start today. Only 32 degrees over Berthoud Pass, 40s Estes Park, Allens Park. Broomfield now seeing a temperature of 50 degrees, same in Grand Junction with 20s and 30s into the mountains. Through this afternoon across the metro, expect highs in the low 80s. I'll talk you through the 7-day forecast, what it looks like coming up in just a few.